On a very basic, like astrological level, on a karmic level, Justin Bieber hates Hailey, and let's get into it. Hi, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and so let's go through the notes, and we will actually get through it. If you don't know what Vedic astrology is, you can go to my page. But essentially, this is all about more of like a karmic entanglement and less about a soulmate connection. So it's about the daddy issues, the cultural and like family expectations, and then just the kind of way that this was written in the stars. On a very basic level, Hailey has Sun conjunct Pluto in Anurata, which is also conjunct Justin's ascendant conjunct Pluto in the same nakshatra. And so they are magnetized to each other, but it's all rooted in control and obsession, which on the surface seems like devotion. And it's not really as romantic as it is possessive. So Hailey has this need to win Justin over, this need to make this fated, right? She's manifesting him. And he feels that, but he feels that as a sense of like domination. And so with his Pluto conjunct ascendant, especially in this nakshatra, he's already feeling predisposed to like being objectified and controlled, especially in like his outward persona and his experience of celebrity. And so for her, it's fated. And for him, it feels like a trap. Everything in her chart tells her that she's gotten what she wanted, but ultimately, the core of it is kind of broken. So Justin has his retrograde Juno in Swati, which makes him charming but scattered when it comes to romantic life. He doesn't want something that's traditional. He doesn't believe in a traditional kind of love and marriage. And he wants freedom inside that connection, but he doesn't necessarily have the tools to build that connection. And then she has her Juno conjunct Ketu, Saturn retrograde, Uranus, and Neptune all in Tara Bhadrapada, which is wild. Like, that's a lot of shit. And like, that's also insane past life marriage karma. And Saturn and Ketu make it feel cold and sacrificial, painful. Like, she has to endure this in order to like be the good wife. And she has to prove her value. And add on top of that, like that she was a fan of his and then he was the idol, the celebrity. Her Juno K2 Saturn makes her see suffering in that union as proof of like the value and why she's suffered for this long. And then his Juno, his marriage asteroid, cannot tether, especially not when he's feeling psychically dominated. His moon sign, which is all about like your emotional core, needs admiration and constructive critique because it's in Chitra, which is about performance and aesthetics. But her moon sign is in Ashwini, which is impulsive and it's self-focused, solution-oriented. And so she wants to help, but she's not idolizing him in the way that she helps, the way that he wants it. And he wants that admiration and she's not quite giving it to him. And so there's not really romantic or emotional mirroring happening. He's shutting down, she's pushing forward, and he's feeling attacked. Or worse, she withdraws and then he feels like he's being abandoned. And then when she needs something, he feels like she's being needy. And then his Mercury-Mars conjunction in Dhanishta makes him like more cold and sharp and reactive. And then her Mercury is in Jyeshta, which is more strategic and guarded and suspicious. And that kind of creates a communication style that's more about microaggressions and like passive aggression and the silent treatment, which is just slowly like kind of rotting away at them. The hardest thing I see here is her Venus-Chiron conjunction in Chitra, which is also his moon sign. It's on top of his moon. And that's all about rejection and a feeling of like unworthiness in love. And then his Venus is in Purva Bhadrapada, which is inspiring, but it's isolated, right? So he loves by distancing himself. And then when he does that, it re-triggers her deepest wounds. But then she also believes that enduring it makes her virtuous. She might have like curated her persona to fit him, right? Mercury conjunct her ascendant in Jyeshta like makes her a fixer. And some people can read that as manipulation. So for him, it feels like a trap. And for her, it feels like it's a fantasy that she built for him. And so she's earned it, right? And so people wonder why she stays and why she's holding on, but this isn't just about her. Like, this is about identity collapse on both sides. So like Hailey isn't too much. She isn't just like the problem. She has an intense chart, but so does he. And what really breaks my heart is the fact that her chart shows this deep craving for like true love and soft love, romance. Her descendant is in the most romantic and gentle nakshatra of Rohini. And her Venus-Chiron conjunction means that she carries that wound of being unchosen even when somebody is choosing her, of this sense of like love is performance, but nothing deeper. Her entire body is coded to teach her that pain proves the worth of a relationship and that creates value. and she believes it. And then on his end, like he has K2 on his descendant and Kritika, and so he used to cut people off in a past life, right? But he's not going to do it in this lifetime, even if it means dragging them both through emotional purgatory. And he fundamentally cannot give her what she needs because he resents closeness and loves from a distance. And she wants to get closer. She's impulsive and she does it over and over, even though she learns that this is not working. And then we add on to that, like his Pluto, Rahu ascendant conjunction, and there isn't really a lot of identity left there for him. It's just all about how he's perceived by others. And so he's not going to let himself lose, like, especially not in public. So that's it. This is what happens when the fan becomes the wife, and the idol doesn't stop acting like he's better than that fan, right? This is a partnership based on illusion and performance, and neither of them are breaking the chain because they both have something to prove. Like their charts are they're both so like karmic and volatile, and we're not even at Selena yet. So follow for more.